Hello and welcome to the South Wales Wedding Podcast by Music HQ. Each week we lift the veil on one of South Wales' leading wedding suppliers and get to know the real people behind the business. Over to you, Suze.
Hello and welcome to the South Wales Wedding Podcast. I'm Susie Aston.
And I'm Ryan Aston.
From Music HQ. And we are joined today by an absolutely lovely photographer. And he's very cool. He's from Newport, where he lives with his wife, Teresa, and his two gorgeous kids, Tom and Alice. And his love for the arts began in school. He then went on to Newport University to study animation and film, pretty cool. But then he discovered that he didn't have the patience to sit and draw frames for a month, only for it to turn out rubbish.
Very true.
I don't believe
Very
that.
True.
He did stick with film and he ended up graduating, hoping to be the next Steven Spielberg. Didn't quite turn out as planned, but he continued to work in the film industry as an assistant director, in between working as a graphic designer, amongst other creative jobs, including clothes designing and even working as a performer in a police anti-drug show.
What?
Rock
Yeah,
and
We'll be talking
roll.
about that.
Yeah, okay.
He then went back to uni to get his master's degree in film. He wanted to give filmmaking another go. And then that's where he discovered it wasn't solely film that he was entirely in love with, but actually photography. So he seemed to get more enjoyment from that. And we're glad that he did. He aimed then to leave his graphic design job. And within 2 years, he managed to get enough bookings to go self-employed. And that was 13 years ago he made the swap. So welcome our gorgeous photographer guest, Nick Murray.
Hey,
Hello,
Nick.
how's it going? You okay?
Very well, mate. How
Thank
are
you
you?
so much for asking me.
Start with the
This is
drugs.
Yeah.
really Start with the drugs. Oh, God.
Yeah, let's
How
talk
the
about that.
hell did you become a police anti-drugs performer?
Don't ask. Well, I suppose you got to ask. So I was at uni, did my degree, and it was simply a case of got to the end of my degree, and you're like, okay, I'm not Steven Spielberg now. I better get a job. My mate worked for the police doing this anti-drugs roadshow for kids called The Event, and essentially what it was we'd go around schools in South Wales, take all out like these lights and like all these speakers and
Take all
stuff
our
like
drugs.
that. Yeah,
Take all these
like
drugs.
what you guys do, and it was a oh God, what's the best way to describe it? Yeah, I suppose like a theatre show essentially.
Yeah.
So we'd go there in the morning, dance around with the kids, do like some sketches and like some performance stuff. And
Can you remember any of them?
Yes,
Come
I can.
on.
We did like an alien sketch. And oh God, what
Was
did we
that
have?
when people took LSD? Pretty saw the alien.
Yeah, pretty much. No, we had like inflatable aliens which used to walk on. Oh, it was horrendous.
Don't do drugs,
So anyway,
kids.
so that's what it was. So we'd dance around, I say, for like 2-3 hours, and I was super fit then because it was like 9 o'clock in the morning, sweating as hard as you could. And then at the end of it, it'd just be like, we put a film on called Knucklehead, which was about a kid who took like a tablet, this nondescript
This is
tablet at a
gold.
nightclub. And then she
Paracetamol.
dies in the end. It's like, oh, now kids, we know you've had a great
See you
day.
next time.
Don't do drugs, because look, you could die like this girl. And then, but the thing is, I knew nothing about drugs at all. Like nothing.
Sure.
Like nothing at all. So I just used to make stuff up. I just used to make stuff up. Like this random person I know that used to do this weird drug.
And they died.
Yeah, and they died. Yeah. My one was I used to tell the kids, one of the people that I know, they took a tablet and they thought it was a dog coming towards them, but it actually wasn't, it was a car. And they put their arms out. And they ran them over and they died.
We hit the ground
I was
running,
trying to-
yeah. We hit the ground
But
running.
that was the kind of the point of the job, was to scare the kids into not doing
scare
drugs.
the kids.
But
Yeah.
looking back now, I just probably ruined it for them.
I bloody love
But it was
that.
good fun though. I did that for a couple
So
of
you
years.
went from wanting to be Steven Spielberg to becoming an actor of sorts.
Yeah, kind of.
Or a liar. To be
Yeah, kind of. It was the dancing that I like, because I love like shaking my butt on the dance floor. So it just gave me an opportunity to do that. It was
Amazing.
good fun. It was good fun.
And then from that did you have photography in mind at that point once you finished with that? Or was it like a gradual?
No, I've always like the cliche story, even since I was a kid, right? But I have. I used to love like taking photos. Like my dad and my mum used to take me to like air shows and stuff. I used to like taking photos of the aircraft.
Nice.
When I was a nipper, because my dad was in the RAF.
Oh, wow.
And that kind of got me started. He gave me like an old Praktika camera, proper old school. You got to wind it on. But yeah, I just always been interested in photography and just like obsessed with like documenting my life in a weird way, especially since I've children. I think it's really important.
I do think with photography in particular, people do tend to have like a style, a look. What would you say your style is?
Oh God.
Do you have one?
Do I have a style? It depends on what you're shooting, really. I love fairy tale stuff. Like talk about Steven Spielberg. He's like the king of fairy tales, I think. So I kind of love that look, that kind of sense of magic and wonderment and stuff. Yeah. So like some of my photos I try and you just think of like fairy tales and stuff, especially like wedding days, where it's like love and, that kind of thing. So that I kind of see that sort of stuff in my work sometimes. But then sometimes I like kind of like down and dirty, like documentary stuff, nice. like not so much the blurry stuff. There's kind of a bit of a trend at the moment, but I do see the merit in that sometimes. But yeah, I don't know.
Do you think that love of film, because that's where you went to uni to do your masters in film and whatnot, helps you when you're coming to edit these films because you see like a bigger picture?
Yeah, must have had an influence on the way you edit now, surely.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, you get more inspiration from film than photography. I couldn't really name you probably 5 famous photographers.
No.
Well, I probably could. But you get my point. Yeah, like film is like it just has a massive impact on
if you ever
on society and
get
stuff.
a day off.
Yeah.
What sort of films are you going to be watching?
Probably horror films.
Oh, really?
Horror films. Yeah, I love horror. Yeah, I love horror.
What's your fave?
Evil Dead 2 is my favorite film. Sam Raimi's finest moment. In fact, that was one of the...
2,
I don't know.
Do you know what?
Please don't tell me you don't know Evil Dead 2.
No, I do. And I'll tell you something. I think my cousin put that on for me when I was about 6 years of age.
Yeah. Did
and
freak
it
you out?
Absolutely messed with my head.
I love it so much. It's the first time I ever saw a film when the director was the star. I mean, obviously Spielberg, but Spielberg is more about story.
Yeah.
Sam Raimi, the director, it was all about the direction for me, like crash zooms and like whip pans and stuff. Yeah,
nice.
Has it stood the test of time? If I watched it today, would I be
looks
like...
rubbish. Yeah. Well, I mean, I love it.
Yeah.
But he was, I would say he's probably mid-20s when he shot that. And he was kind of coming into his own. And you can see his style developing.
Well, the way you talk there, why not videography? Why was it photography or is it?
Do you know? I still love filmmaking, but it just takes so long to do, and I just haven't got the patience for it. I mean, I still shoot like video and stuff, like of my family and things, and I'll edit like little things for like Teresa and Tom and Alice and stuff, and just send it to my mum and dad. Yeah, the kind of with filmmaking is such a long process that it's a massive collaborative process a lot of the time.
Yeah,
and you're relying on this person to do that, relying on this person to do that, and I like to look on the back of the camera and see what I've done there, and then to know if I'm doing it, doing like a good job.
Yeah.
Filmmaking, there's like a massive kind of leap of faith that at the end of it, you're going to have this product that is like a decent like piece of art.
A bit like this
which I still
podcast.
A bit like this podcast, which I still love. I did that for a while, and it does feel like you go into war with like a load of friends, and I love that. But to me, there's nothing better than shooting something, looking on the back of the camera, going
instant gratification.
Nailed that, love it. Yeah,
amazing.
I bet you're a great energy to have
just
on
honestly,
a wedding.
Tiring. Just honestly, doing my head in hanging about with me.
I love. So we're into film. What about music? Do you like music? We're here with Music HQ today.
Yeah, of course.
What was your first gig you went to?
Oh boy, probably Michael Jackson in Cardiff.
What?
Yeah.
Do you know what?
History.
No, that would have been dangerous.
Oh, dangerous.
Yeah.
Someone else said that was their first gig on another episode.
Oh, really?
I mean, that's
a banger.
That was amazing because
so
like growing up, I was obsessed. I mean, I love Michael Jackson still now, but I was obsessed with Michael Jackson. Like my whole bedroom was like MJ stuff everywhere. To see the guy that like performed the Thriller video sing Thriller in front of you was nuts. And Billie Jean and like Heal the World and like Jam and Black or White.
Give us a song.
God, no. No.
I wonder if he's going to tour again soon.
Well, he might do.
Well, look at ABBA. They're not dead, but they're holograms. We could make
ABBA
Jacko do a
kind of
hologram.
creeped me out a little bit.
Do they?
I don't know what it is. It's kind
As an
no,
entity.
no. They kind of. I don't know. There's something about them, and ELO as well. They kind of freak me out. I put them in the same category. I think it's the robot noises. I know I haven't got robot noises, but ELO they got robot noises.
Hates Daft Punk.
It freaks me
Daft
out.
Punk?
Yeah, Daft Punk. Yeah, kind of freaks me out. Yeah. But
What are you listening to now? So not.
What am I listening
not
to
ABBA.
now? Oh God, bit of Fred again. I like kind of old school hip hop, like
Nice.
I don't know, Snoop and
Yeah.
just all the old
I
stuff.
love a bit of
yeah.
Snoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that everyone knows that
Bit of gin
album, doesn't it?
juice.
It was just,
Yeah, I love it.
that was just so massive.
Oh, I did that with my head then. You can cut that. You can leave it, it's fine.
Oh, we'll leave it. Don't worry.
Ain't nothing getting
Yeah,
cut.
but I love it. What about you guys? What do you like?
Oh, that's a good question. I've got like different music for different times of the day. So if I'm cooking in the kitchen, maybe a bit of John Mayer or something, nice and chilled. Ryan like gives the kids an education in the car every morning,
Yeah, I
don't
do
you?
the school run every day, and I'll just put on some absolute bangers for the kids. And what I love about it is my kids are completely open to it. They never ever say, "Oh, I don't like this. Switch it off." I can just put anything on,
And they listen to some
from,
weird stuff.
some like old school funk. You know, I tend to put older stuff on because I think they'll discover what's out now, won't they?
Yeah.
So, but
TikTok.
yeah, TikTok exactly. Yeah, and they're totally open to it. I love it.
We do that, like driving to school. Like,
Yeah.
my little girl, she loves anything.
Yeah.
I mean, Tommy's got his own specific taste, but Alice, she's up for anything from like Disney to Rage Against the Machine.
there you
Like
go.
honestly, like the
Eclectic.
Encanto soundtrack, I know like back to front.
exactly,
And then we'll drop a bit of Rage.
Yeah,
on,
the school
you know?
run's good in there because you've got the captive audience.
Yeah.
You're the DJ for them all.
Well,
yeah.
we take it in turns. We'll pick a song. So I'll pick a song, she'll pick a song, Tom will pick a song. So we drive to school that way.
I like that. That's really cool,
good.
isn't it? Good family time.
It's good to expose them.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
for sure.
When you're going out with the fam, if you were going on holiday,
Yeah.
where's your top place to go with the kids?
We love Florida.
Right.
We love Florida because we just love the rides,
Like the
and stuff. Yeah,
rides.
we went there for our honeymoon because me and
Did
Teresa.
you?
Yeah, me and Teresa were just
Wow.
like proper like coaster heads. We love
Amazing.
it. Yeah, we love that. In the UK, we go to Centre Parks. So we're going there in a couple of weeks.
Nice.
Surprise the kids.
Which one? Longleat?
Longleat.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, we love it there because I always feel really chilled when you go to Centre Parks because I get there and I got no phone signal at all. So I have to put my phone away.
Nice.
That would give me palpitations. I couldn't cope.
You'll get over it, honestly. It's nice.
No, it
Just-
is nice, isn't it, to be free of it? That's why I like going on long haul flights, actually.
It's a massive thing now, isn't it? Like the whole digital detox thing.
Yeah.
It's like, people
sure.
switching their phones off. It's like going back in time. And it's really good for you. Like to switch your phone off, I think is so important.
It's so good for you, but so difficult to do, isn't it? Especially when you run your own business. We were talking about this, like, you're a lone wolf most of the time,
Yeah.
aren't you, as a photographer? So if you're
Yeah.
not doing the work, who's doing it for you? So it is difficult to have a digital detox.
How
but
do you cope with the business side of being a photographer? Like the business side?
What do you mean by cope? How do you mean?
Do you enjoy the
Do you
admin?
enjoy the admin, I guess, yeah.
Enjoy's a weird word.
It's a stretch.
Yeah.
But we've said this before, you end up just...
You're a creative that
I
gets
would
sucked
prefer,
into...
if someone sends me a message, I would prefer to pick the phone up and talk to them.
Yeah.
I find that way better. You don't like that, do you?
Who is this guy?
I love chatting to people.
Yeah.
Like, it's so much, what you can say in a conversation, it takes you like 20 minutes to text
Yeah,
back
No,
and forth.
I'm joking about
Just
I like
do
a
it.
Zoom call.
I love a Zoom call.
I
I
see
love a
face to
Zoom
face.
call.
I'm not so much on the phone. And I think lots of people don't like a phone call these days, do they? So, although,
I
maybe
think
your
it's just
clients
because,
do.
I think it's just because the way people have been brought up at the moment is it's such a faceless thing. People like, thumb in on this piece of glass. Just look up for a bit and,
Yeah.
get some practice talking to people.
I know.
It's good for you. It's nice. It's nice to talk to people, especially for an industry like us when we're constantly,
Oh, God, yeah.
it's good practice. I think.
Look at us now.
Yeah, and
Look
that's
at
the
you
point
now,
of these
handsome
things.
boy.
So, holiday with the kids. Do you take the kids out for any nice meals? Where's your go? You don't have to have the kids. It could be date night. I like
don't really get
recommendations
date nights, to be
tonight.
honest.
I know.
Do you
I
not
know.
do it? We had a date
Sorry.
night recently.
We did. It was your birthday, wasn't it?
Yeah, so
Sorry.
once a year. So
Yeah.
When was your birthday?
April.
April the
April.
9th, guys.
17th,
So
mine was.
For those
Send
of you
in
that
the prezzies.
Yeah, just... I know.
17th
Where
night.
did you go?
Cardiff.
We've done this.
Yeah.
We already. Where do we go?
Six by Nico.
Have you been
We
there?
don't get out much.
No.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taste the menu.
Wine
Really
pairing.
good quality. Wine pairing.
Drunky.
Good food.
I don't drink.
Absolutely
You
smashed.
don't drink?
No, I don't drink
I was
at
going to
all.
ask you, like,
No.
what's your favourite cocktail? What's your favourite mocktail?
My favourite mocktail is probably, probably like Virgin Mojito or something.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I love a bit of mint
Yeah.
in a beverage.
Minty.
Or in
Love
most
it.
things, actually. Mint in a salad, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mint in a salad. Yeah, mint with...
Controversial.
Mint with... coming back
Mint with a
in.
salad.
Mint with strawberries, nice.
Oh, yes.
Total pro. You said holidays. We haven't asked anyone this. How do you manage juggling holidays with work? Because obviously,
Just do it. I book.
You just
I
do
book
it.
like a chunk off in August.
Yeah.
Every
Okay.
August.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I'll try and make the shortfall up somewhere else in the year. And if I don't, I don't.
Yeah.
As long as I got enough to pay my mortgage and the kids can eat, that's all that matters.
You sound like you've got that work-life balance pretty nailed there. That digital detox, the holes
Take
ready.
notes, Suzanne. Take
I know,
notes.
I know.
Any places you haven't been that you would like
Places
to
I
go?
haven't been. Australia, I'd like to go to.
We can give a big thumbs up for Australia.
Yeah.
I love
Yes.
My
Australia.
friend lived in Australia for a couple of years.
Okay. Are they not
And
there
they loved
anymore?
it. No, they came back.
Would you send Nick to Sydney or Melbourne? Melbourne.
What's the difference?
A bit more cosmopolitan, maybe. In
Cool and more urban.
bit of-
I can see you in. I can see you in
Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Yeah,
Am I
a
urban?
bit more, just a bit more
You're a
arty.
vibe.
Yeah, vibey. Yeah, Melbourne's
I think
incredible.
Melbourne. Creative.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
So if you won the lottery today, would Australia be on your list?
Yeah, I think so.
Straight to
Yeah.
Melbourne.
I've been to Japan. I'd love to go back to Japan.
wow.
Yeah, that was cool.
We had another guest say about Japan.
And
We
a
haven't been.
photographer as well. It's you
Yeah,
arty folk.
I went for my brother-in-law's wedding. Oh boy, how long ago was that? Maybe like 15 years.
Hang
something
on,
like
your
that.
brother-in-law's wedding?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was thinking, didn't he marry your sister?
No, my wife.
Your wife?
Yeah. No, he
Oh,
didn't marry my
gosh.
wife. I married my wife. Yeah.
You had me there.
Yeah.
So Japan, and what was the culture like? The cuisine?
That
Tell
was
us.
cool. Like everything was a photo op. Like everything. It was like
Yeah.
walking around in the cartoon. It was great. It was really, really cool. Yeah, and I'd love to go back there.
Weird and wonderful.
Oh, it was
I bet.
awesome.
You know,
It was
as
so
a
good.
photographer, obviously when you go on a holiday, is that a big part of what, would you be just snapping away? Is it like
you do.
a little bit of a bus
Yeah,
holiday?
and I try, especially when you're with your family, you want to keep your
Yeah.
camera down.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be that dad. you know, like, oh God, he's got a camera again. But yeah, you can't help it, can you? And they thank you. Like they don't say thank you, Dad, for taking these photos. But every now and then we look back at the photos.
gonna
say,
and you
you
get good
actually-
memories. And it's like, well, the only reason that you're having this experience now is because 3 years ago I did get my camera out.
Because of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen.
forget.
up.
We do that, don't we? But we don't have a camera per se, but obviously the iPhones and stuff, the camera's great on them. But we often are away from our children with work, traveling. And we sit on the airplane and we just like go through our old photos of the kids, don't we think?
I mean, I
"Should we
literally
have
can't
another?"
cope. I can't cope.
It's
Because
nice.
they grew
isn't
up
it?
so fast, the kids.
Yeah, they do.
Dusty
I've only
eyes.
got to go back like 2 years and they just like look completely different. And so, yeah,
It's
if
important.
if you find me on a flight,
Crying your eyes
balling
out.
into my
Oh,
Jack
bless
Daniels
you.
and Coke, that's why.
That's the power of photos though, isn't it? They're capturing a moment in time.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're there
Forever.
for your memories, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're to spark your memories off. And you see it when you go to a wedding and people have got like photos in frames of like people they've lost. That's all they have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's literally
Yeah.
all they have. Especially people, maybe older people that weren't in videos and,
Yeah.
photos
Exactly.
like we got now. That's all they got. Taking photos is important.
So important. Right, listen, photos are wonderful. But have you got any other secret skills that people may not know about you?
I feel like he's got lots, actually. I don't know why. Go on.
Oh God. Secret skills.
What's your party piece?
No, I can't say
Not that one.
My wife would kill me.
She's not here, don't worry.
No,
she won't
she's
listen.
not. No. Sorry, Teresa.
Go on. This is the sound.
No,
bite. I can see it coming.
Please don't clip that. Oh God, you got me all embarrassed now. I don't know, like party piece, like you mean like
Or
Hidden
anything.
skills, something
I
people
don't know,
wouldn't.
like cooking. That's
Wow,
not really.
nice.
That's not really.
No, that's good. That's
it's-
good.
I like outdoor cooking.
What's your go-to?
I like cooking
meal?
steak outdoors. in the woods. That's like the most manly thing I can
In the
do.
nude.
Yeah, in the news. Yeah, just rubbing dirt all over me. That's like, it's just literally my thing. No, I do like it. There's something kind of
Medium rare.
medium rare. That's
How do you
that's
like
a
your
bit,
steak?
But I like doing that. Like me and my mate. Oh, sounds like me and my mate go in the woods and cook together. Yeah. But no, I
Naked,
like we'll
or-
go up as like a family and like. I'll tell you something.
Come on.
We'll go. I don't know why this is so funny. We'll take some steaks. I'll make a fire, and I'll cook steaks for everyone. Cut it up, like get the salt and stuff, and we'll just eat. Like that's one of the things I like to do.
I love that.
Yeah, it's not really like a party piece though, is it? But it's
No,
something I
but
like
it's
to
a
do.
secret like that people might know. He goes naked into the woods, rubs dirt on himself, and cooks
Exactly.
steaks.
So if you see a naked guy with 2 ribeyes, just like hanging.
Don't
from
knock it till you tried it, folks.
Exactly.
I love that. That's
Give
a
it a
great
go.
secret.
It's really nice. It is. You get to like spend time with your mates and stuff, or like your family, and like cook for them. It's
I
great.
wish I had mates.
I'll be a mate. It's fine.
Thanks, mate.
This podcast is brought to you by Music HQ, the largest and dare I say loveliest provider of live wedding bands in South Wales and the South West. So, get in touch and chat with one of our wedding music experts about your big day. Now on with the podcast.
I've got a good one, actually.
Okay.
Got any pet hates, mate?
Pet hates. Oh boy. Can I get serious?
Yeah.
People that smack kids. Oh, it does my head in.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate it. People
Child
that,
violence.
People that hit their kids, honestly.
That's a pet hate of mine.
Oh, it does. Oh, it kills me.
No,
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Like,
These precious little
Yeah.
things that need the most protection, you know.
Yeah.
Just battering them.
Yeah.
Not battering
Yeah.
them.
No, like,
I mean, some people do.
But it wasn't
yeah,
that
that
long
is like a
ago.
massive pet hate of mine. Yeah.
wasn't that long ago when that was acceptable. I remember getting a
Yeah.
good smack
I remember
on the
it
butt
in
from my
school.
dad.
I remember like my hair being pulled by teachers and all sorts.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're oh yeah,
Oh my
because you
God.
guys are
we're a generation behind again. And I think it was worse even still.
Yeah.
When I think of like some of the teachers, actually they're knocking down the school there as we speak, just there that I went to.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the teachers used to have this thing called the Arabian Shake. And they would literally just shake children senseless.
Arabian Shake.
And we'd all be like, oh,
Why the Arabian shake?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
It's weird.
Some
isn't
sort of
it?
like rattlesnake or
and he'd say, do you
something?
want the Arabian Shake or do you want a smack? And if you said smack, he'd say, come over to my good side, boy.
Oh
I mean,
my
what's
God.
that?
I remember-
Wallop!
I remember like the head teacher in my primary school, like he called everyone into there was like this little area where all the classes were kind of centered around. And there's this one boy who was naughty. I don't know what he did. But he got everyone out just to watch it, like, and he was battering his backside. I was like, this poor little. Looking back now, you know, I was just obviously frightened at the time.
Yeah.
It's just
yeah,
not
looking
that long
back now,
ago,
it's
is
this
it?
weird, like this grown man, like
Yeah.
smacking this kid that ain't even yours.
How was that acceptable?
No.
Imagine that nowadays.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know what you
Anyway,
mean.
yeah, that took a bit of a weird
It did.
turn. But yeah, pet hate, normally grammar.
Yeah.
People with bad grammar.
Comma police. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, look, if people are getting married and they're looking for a photographer, what are your top tips? What should they be looking out for?
Speak to them first.
call.
Obviously, speak to your photographer. Ask to see multiple weddings at the venue if they've shot at the venue before, just so you can get an idea of the whole day. Obviously, you know, on Insta and your website, you put your highlights.
Yeah.
But that's not really like a true indication of what a whole day is going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously you got the morning, you got the evening, you got everything in between, which sounds such an obvious thing to say, but it is important, I think, to see how that person is going to, you know, like not memorize, but like capture
Document.
document. That's the word. I should know that, being a photographer. How they're going to document your day.
Yeah.
You know, I think that sort of stuff's important.
Talking of social media there, Nick, you are particularly active on social media. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean,
Is it your YouTube channel you're pushing really hard, or is it...
I started TikTok.
Yeah. TikTok, okay.
Yeah.
God, you're good.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. Mainly for what we were chatting about earlier was the fact you don't know where it's going to go or
Yeah.
what it's going to, you know.
Yes.
I'm not particularly like busy on TikTok. I got like 6,000 followers or something. So it's not
really good
huge, but it's
going.
all right
Yeah,
to
pretty
start. But you don't know where it's going to go. And I kind of fall in love with it and fall out of love with it.
Yeah.
And like, so, you know, the same with everything, you
Yeah.
know, you get like a bit of momentum going and then you just kind of like, oh, I don't know. You don't know where the direction's going to go. So you just kind of try things. Like I tried like talking to camera, which I kind of enjoyed.
Yeah.
And then I started posting things that I was seeing at weddings and that worked well for a little bit. But I don't know where that's going to go or if it's going to actually ever do anything.
But it's great.
But it's fun to do.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
Put yourself out there and do it.
Yeah, and that's a good enough reason.
And you said you don't know whether you get a return on it. Do you know? Have you had anything obvious in return?
For TikTok?
Either or.
Well, Insta, yeah.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, you get there is literally a direct line from somebody sees your work and they will contact you and book you. So Insta's great for that.
Yeah.
But TikTok, the return that you get, not necessarily business wise, but sometimes it's just fun to do.
Yeah.
It's just an outlet, and I think that's a good enough reason. You know, if you just like something, I think that's fair enough.
Your clients, there's loads of photographers out there. There's loads of bands. There's loads of musicians. It's nice to get to know you a little bit more. So even, you know, TikTok, putting yourself, talking to camera, it's great for people to see your personality because it's brilliant.
Oh, okay.
Take it. Do you know what? I've seen you on social media recently. I think it was your birthday, which is the 17th of April. Send in the champagne next time. And you were asking people to just go and do something nice for someone, for a gift for your birthday. What was it? Tell me again. Just go and say something nice.
Just say something nice to someone, because I think a lot of people, they put stuff out and they don't get any love from what they put out. And, you know, you just imagine someone trying their best and getting no kind of response from it. I just feel a bit sorry for them.
I just think that's...
Do you know what I mean? You know, someone's really put their heart and soul into it. You see so much kind of...
I mean, on social media, that's almost like the default position, isn't it? To write something bad. I see it all the time. But honestly, my default position is to write something good. Whenever I see something like that I enjoy, I make a conscious effort to tell people how good it is.
But you know, that could make someone's month, you know? Sorry.
But I even think, like, not just on social media, I took your sentiment as like, go and say something nice to someone that's like working in the shop, or you walk past in the street, or...
Oh, was that time you said something nice to me?
No. When was that?
So, yeah.
But I just think that's a real nice way to be in general life, and I think that...
because especially social media, I mean, you see it all the time. You know, somebody will say, "I like oranges." Someone will go, "Oh, you hate apples, don't you?"
Yeah.
You know, you see it all the time, and I just think it's nice to just remind people that there's, you know, good in the world, because there is.
Yeah.
You know, you see so much like hate and, you know, bad news online that it's so easy to forget that most people, I think, are decent, good, loving, kind people.
Yes, definitely.
They really are.
Yeah.
Everyone wants the same things. You want the same thing. You want the same thing.
Yeah.
You want the same thing as I probably do.
Yeah.
You know, you want a family. You know, you want to be loved. You want security. You just want to be happy. And I think some people don't get that. You know, and I think it's just nice to remind people.
Be nice.
Take notes.
It's nice to be nice.
It's nice to be nice.
Stop.
No, I mean, like...
He's saying I'm nasty.
I think there's an element
You
of
ain't nasty.
contentment you're talking about as well.
Yeah, contentment.
You know, and I think if there's one... Like, just like... Things are good.
Always want the next thing, the next thing. And
Things
it's
are
that
good.
social media thing, isn't it? You know, everyone's
always reaching for something else. Is there always something else?
You know? Yeah, but it's what are you reaching
Smell
for?
Smell the roses.
Exactly. Take social media away, and I think most people will be
much happier.
Much happier. But it can be used for good.
It's got,
you know, I mean, we're sat here now because of social media.
Yeah.
You know, if it wasn't for social media.
It's definitely got its pluses and minuses. And for business, it's great. For mental health, sometimes I was doing another podcast the other day talking all about the effects of social media on mental health and things, and it can, you know, definitely affect that. But just go and be nice to people. I think let's just start doing that. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Let's not be jealous. Let's be inspired.
I think it's important to curate your algorithm as well.
Yeah.
So you know, if you are seeing particularly bad things, you know how it works.
Yes.
Start liking some cat vids. Yeah. And then, you know, you get loads of cat vids. You know, I think that's important.
What is on your algorithm?
My algorithm is normally food. I got like a big food folder on Instagram. So if I see something I like, recipes I'll never do. Lots of horror stuff. And weddings, really.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sorry, the building
Food,
works
horror
got
films,
up
and
a notch
weddings.
behind us.
Oh, yeah. Cool, man. Great timing. Do you know, I've got one more question for you. So you after you did your uni stuff in the film and you were transitioning from your graphic design job into weddings, how did you get your first wedding?
My sister-in-law. So Teresa, my wife, her sister, she was getting married and she didn't have a photographer. And like I say, I was kind of known as Nick with the camera. So I had this tiny little 4 megapixel camera. I used to go around everywhere.
Yeah.
She just said, "You fancy taking some photos at my wedding?" So I went to the wedding. I took 100 photos probably. And I think I had maybe 4, 5 I was proud of at the time. So I just put those on Facebook.
Yeah.
And someone's like, "Oh, you do weddings, you?" And I was like, "Nope, but I can
I do
if
now.
you want." So I went down and did a wedding in Barry. I think I did it for free. I think they covered my petrol.
Yeah.
And I think I got 2 photos I thought was kind of all right and put those on social media. And then it just kind of built from there.
Amazing.
It just snowballed. And then more people said, "Oh, do you do weddings?" I was like, "Oh my God, I can charge this." And I
Yeah.
don't like my current job, which was a graphic
Yeah.
designer at the time. So did that over 2 years, built up enough bookings and took the plunge.
That's amazing. It's
That is
amazing, isn't it?
amazing.
Because sometimes people overthink things and they hold themselves back from doing what they want to do. And you've just gone ahead, done it, transitioned. And you're selling yourself short that you've been in uni, you've done film, you've been an assistant director, which is, how cool is that actually?
That's all right.
Assistant director.
Yeah.
I mean,
It sounds cool. It ain't.
But you know, it's not luck. It's not like chance in your arm. It's your background and you're brilliant at it. So
Oh.
And people don't like this question much,
Oh,
but,
God.
and if you don't want to answer, it's fine, but could you describe your business in one sentence?
Oh God, describe my business in one sentence. Your daydreaming best mate with a camera.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Yeah.
We'll take that.
that's great. Nick, if people want to find you on socials, where can they find you?
On Insta, I'm Nick Murray Photographer, and same with TikTok, or go to my website, nickmurrayphotography.com or .co.uk.
Amazing. Thank you so much. If you've enjoyed today's podcast, like and subscribe.
Yeah. Thanks, Nick. You've been an
Thank you
awesome
so much.
guest, mate. Thank you
Really
so much.
appreciate you asking me. Thank you.
I guess we'll see you guys soon. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.